What's good, Eagles fans? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. You guys, we are hobbled in the trenches. I got to be honest. I feel so bad for Brandon Graham. I feel so bad for Brandon Brooks. Why did both our Brandons have to go down? Two of the more vital pieces on our team. We lost a defensive end and we lost a offensive guard. Two key positions in the trenches. All the positions is key, really, but two key guys, two key cogs in our success. And it's really disheartening because Brandon Graham really fought so hard to get back to this point. He was placed on IR. And then Brandon Graham as well, he was placed on IR. And he's out for the season with a torn Achilles. Brandon Brooks rather, has a strained pectoral, I believe. So he'll be out most likely for the next 3 to 4 games. We'll see if he comes back. But we're going to have a hard time filling those losses. Now, we do have Landon Dickerson. We have Nate Herbig. We're not really sure who's going to get the start come Monday against the Dallas Cowboys. But I think it may be Herbig for the fact that he has the most experience in the system. And I think they still want to take their time with Landon Dickerson. I know he played against the 49ers, but I feel like that was a last minute going, man. We need somebody in there right now. So he wasn't even supposed to really get those snaps. But nonetheless, Brandon Graham, Brandon Brooks, they're gone for the foreseeable future. And then on top of that, Zach Ertz is now on the COVID list. Who knows if he's going to be able to play Monday. He has to test negative for the next 5 straight days in order for him to be able to play. He has to pass through the protocols. So the Philadelphia Eagles decided to bring up tight end Richard Rodgers. And, we're going to see what happens at the end of the day. We're going to see if Zach Ertz can be a vital cog in our success against the Cowboys, because he got no type of love in the previous game. Same thing with Dallas Goedert. They got no kind of love. We need to feed our tight ends. So we're already experiencing key injuries. We're already experiencing setbacks as a roster, and I really don't like it, but it's a part of football. It's a part of the game. But when you think about the matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, once again, it's going to be a battle in the trenches. Can we dominate the trenches? I'm pretty happy with how the offensive line performed the past 2 weeks. I'm pretty pleased with how the defensive line has been performing the past 2 weeks. But how do we fill that void with Brandon Graham missing? Now, this is an opportunity for Josh Sweat to step up. He's getting the money now. With a great investment comes great responsibility. So it's going to be important for Josh Sweat to show why he is the guy that we paid him to be. We're also going to need Derek Barnett to step up. Derek Barnett cannot make the same mistakes he's been making his entire career, boneheaded penalties. We can't have that. We're also going to need Ryan Kerrigan to step up as well. And then we're going to need Tyron Jackson to step up. Milton Williams, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Hassan Ridgeway. We're going to need to fill that void of Brandon Graham. He's irreplaceable. Let's just call a spade a spade. The way he wrecks the line of scrimmage is ridiculous. But we do have a good amount of talent to fill that void to a degree, and I believe we're still a formidable opponent in the trenches. And then you think about the offensive line side, I trust Nate Herbig, I trust Landon Dickerson, but I think Nate Herbig is going to be the one to get those snaps in the end, because I believe Landon Dickerson still, they want to nurture him and really keep him under wraps and don't want to allow him to experience too much in-game trauma more than he already has in his past. They want to make sure they keep him healthy and make sure he's fully healthy come next season when I actually believe he's actually going to get some starting reps. But also we protected Sua Opeta as well, who is a guard. So that's mainly another reason for Brandon Brooks' demise. We need to make sure we keep as many guys in the trenches as healthy as possible. I think Sua Opeta is good. He's okay. We also released Harry Kreider. So we had to make room somehow, some way. It is what it is. I'm just hoping that we can bounce back against the Dallas Cowboys. This is really going to be a tough matchup. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys enter week 3 1-1, and we enter week 3 1-1. They're coming off a win. We're coming off a loss. Who's more hungry? It remains to be seen at this point. This offense still is trying to figure out the identity. I have a lot of faith in the defense to keep the game close. The defense has shown that they are very capable of limiting guys. As a matter of fact, they limited George Kittle. They struggled a little bit with Deebo Samuel, but when you really think about the defense in totality, the defense only gave up 20 points in the past 2 games. That's an average of 10 points a game. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And we tightened up in rush defense as well. So I got a feeling that's only going to get better. Again, missing Brandon Graham may hurt us in that respect, but I trust Josh Sweat. I trust Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, those guys, Teron Jackson. I trust those guys. I even trust our linebacker core. So it's going to be interesting to see how we adjust. Knowing we lost Brandon Graham, knowing we lost Brandon Brooks, it's going to be really interesting to see how we perform on the road on Monday Night Football in primetime against the Dallas Cowboys, who have one of the more loaded offenses. But there's a rumor that Amari Cooper may not play because he has a chest or a rib injury, I believe. But who knows, right? And then Michael Gallup, he's out for the foreseeable future as well. So they're missing some weapons. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. CeeDee Lamb has been showing that he is their lead guy right now. We'll see. But I think we're going to really be tested once again. This, by far, is the most talented offense we're probably going to come up against thus far until we meet Kansas City, until we meet Tampa Bay. Those guys. But it's going to be interesting to see how we bounce back. It's going to be interesting how Nick Sirianni coaches these guys up. It's going to be interesting to see if we can remain healthy past week 3, because we're already experiencing some key injuries in the trenches, and that's something we don't want to see. But I'll leave it at that. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on your dose to chalk it up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. The flag was fly.